absolutely right. Okay. So let me share the screen first. Okay. I have taken the first assignment. Okay. This is with respect to write an algorithm to sum of all numbers. So sum of all numbers means the candidate has assumed it is in case if it is 5, in that case it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay. Okay, let's assume it's the same thing. Algorithm input n, output sum. Sum, okay. Start, accept a number. Accept a number. Declare a variable sum as 0. Let's start executing this. There are no line numbers. So assume we put in number is equal to 5. Let's take the same example. And next what we are doing, we are declaring sum is 0. And then we declare I is equal to 1. Okay. And I is equal to 1. After I is equal to 1, repeat step 6, 7 until I is less than n. Okay, you are directly telling here. So what you do is, you say sum is equal to sum plus 1. And then increment. Okay. Okay. So here this program is trying to add the numbers 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 till 5, till I is lesser than 5. Okay. Fine. Actually, the main intention of the program was not actually this, but it's okay. Algorithm to reverse a given number. Start, accept a number, reverse is equal to 0. Reminder, you're putting it here. Then you say reminder is equal to, okay, ref is equal to into 10 plus reminder. Shall we execute this? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's visible. This is used to reverse a number. And what are we doing here? We are accepting a number. Okay, let me take as 15. Then we declare this is in line number 4. Then in line number 5. See, don't get confused with line number and step number, or else I'll write step number only. So in step number 2, I'm accepting a number. In step number 3, I'm declaring a variable called as reverse, and this value is 0. And step number 4, I'm taking reminder, and I'm saying 15 mod 10. See, mod is just to get the reminder. Okay. And next, Again, in the step number 4, reverse is equal to, what was the value of reverse earlier? It was 0. So 0 into 10 plus
5.
remainder. And what is remainder, value of remainder?
5.
This thing is 5.
5.
Okay. So very first case, it will be, value is actually 0 into 10 is 0 plus 5. So rev value will be 5 in the very first case. Good.
5.
Okay. And next, what has been done is n is equal to n divided by 10.
10.
Divided by 10 is, what is n? N is 15.
Yes.
15 divided by 10 is 1.5. Okay. So 1.5, we'll assume this to be integer, it will be 1. So value of n after this would be, n will be 1. If n is greater than 0, go to step number 4. So again, I go to the step number 4, where I will say remainder equals, n mod 10. Now what is n? N is 1.
1.
1 mod 10 is nothing but 1. So remainder
1.
is, next what I'm doing is, I will say what is value of rev? Rev is 5. So rev is equal to, rev was, I'm just doing this part. So rev is equal to, what is value of rev? Rev is how much? 5, right? 5 into 10 plus 1.
Plus
What
1.
is remainder? Remainder is 1. Here we
1.
have seen this. Okay. So this becomes, rev becomes 51, right?
Yes, sir.
5 into 10 is 50, 51. So the input was 15 and output is 51. Okay. Fine. So this is good. Okay. But the previous program, the intentions of previous program was to sum of all digits. Probably it's my mistake. I would have not mentioned clearly. Sum of all the digits in a given number. Right. So like, for example, if the number is 15, the output should be 6. That is nothing but 1 plus 5 is nothing but is equal to 6. So how do we achieve this? The example what you're seeing right now behind screen here, this one, the similar logic has to be used. See, let's understand how this has been done. For the guys who have not understood this logic, let's try to understand what has been done here. In case if you tell me how do you do this, probably I would, to make you better understand, I would say, yeah, accept a number. First, step 1, accept a number in, say, accept a num. So num is our actual variable. And in next step, I would say, yes, declare a variable, rev, reverse. Yeah. Reverse is equal to 0. Okay. Next, after this, I would say, okay, reminder is equal to number mod. It's more or less the same thing. I'm not changing anything, just for you to explain. I'm just telling you how I'm achieving this. Remainder equals number mod 10. Okay. I'll say mod is nothing but which gives you reminder. Okay. So this mod gives you the reminder. Okay. Number mod 10. And what is the next step? Next, what you're doing is reverse. Number 4. You're saying reverse is equal to reverse
into 10
reverse into 10
plus reminder.
Okay. And then what you're telling is number 5, n is equal to only integer of n divided by 10. Okay. And next, what you're doing, number step 6, if n is greater than 0, okay, then go to step. Now, what is our step? Number 4 is this mod wala, right? So where is our mod? Go to step number 3. Okay. Print rev and stop. See, I have not changed any logic over here, but I've just put it in a very simple statement. Okay. It would 90% it is the same thing. Accept a number, declare a variable called as rev and store 0 into it. Now what we are trying to do is, see here, when you look at a number, should I use the paint? I have 123. I hope this is visible, right? So what we have to do to achieve this is, first we need to extract this value, okay, and extract this value. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll give some space. 1, 2, 5. Okay. Now the requirement of our program is we need to make 125 to 521. So what I have to do, I have to first pick up the last number and put it here. Next, pick up this number and then put it here. And next, pick up this number and put it here. This is my requirement, right? Now, how to achieve this? So let's go back. So here first, if I need to get 5 from 125, what is the best way? The best way is mod. I mean, if mod in sense, divide by 10. Say, for example, if I divide 125 by 10, what is the remainder?
5.
Yeah. Remainder is 5, right? So I will get 5. Next, what I have to do is I have to erase this 5 from this 125 because I got 5. I don't need 125 right now. I just need 12. Right. Now, how do I get 12? So what I have to do is, whatever the 125 is there, I wish I had board, I could have drawn properly. Now, out of 125, I need to make it to 12. How do I make it to 12? I will say divide by
10.
10. So when I say divide by 10, the value would be 12.5, right? So I will say out of 12.5, get me only integer value. Integer bole to without decimal, right? So integer of 12.5 becomes just 12, right? So this is my second step. And what is the third step? Again, repeat the same thing. Say instead of 1, 2, 5. Okay, okay, fine. So next, what I have to do? I have 12 now. So from 12, what should I extract?
12 by 10.
Yeah, I have to extract 2.
2.
Right. So how do I get 2? Again, repeat the same step. From 12, okay, divide by 10. And the remainder is
2.
2. Very good. So when I divide by 10 and remainder is 2, now I'm doing the same step. So what I have to do? Now, since I have 5, now I have to bring this 2 to this 5. So for this reason, what I have to do? I have to multiply. I have to make 5 to 50.
Okay, multiply into 10.
Yeah. So what I'll do is, earlier what 5 was there, I will multiply by 10.
10.
Okay. And then I will add
Reminder
this 2.
2.
So now what it becomes? It becomes 52. Whereas what is pending here? The
1.
item that is pending is 1.
1.
Now, how do I get 1? What I have to do is I have to take
1
12.
divided into 10.
1 divided into 10.
No, I have 12 because first time when I did, it was 125.
125.
So from 125 to remove this 5, I divided by 10 and I took integer. I got 12. Now from 12, I got 2. Right. So now I have to
Yes, yes.
remove 2. So
2.
what should I do? I should say 12 divided by 10.
10.
Okay. Will become what? 1.2.
1.2.
So from 1.2, I have say, get me only integer.
Integer.
Right. So
Is equal
integer
to
of
1.
this thing 1.2 is nothing but
1.
1.
1.
Again, what I have to do is I have to say 10 mod 10. Sorry, 1 mod 10.
1 more 10.
I mean, if I divide 1 by 10,
1
I'm
by
doing
10.
nothing but I'm repeating the same step.
Okay. Yes,
You
sir.
got it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what has been happened here. What we are doing first, we'll declare first a variable. In this variable, what we will do is see, this is our num. What you see, 125 is our num.
Num.
And we set reverse. So in reverse, we are keeping 5 first. Okay.
Okay.
How we are doing? First, we are taking the remainder. We take remainder. Remainder is equal to num
Num
mod.
mod
So
10.
here we can say, we can make it instead of this mod becomes syntactical. Okay. What was is divide. See, algorithms is only to understand. That is not syntax. It's a sentence what you write. You say divide number by 10.
10.
Okay. And store reminder
Reminder.
in time.
It's
So you can write like this.
okay.
Okay. And then what you have to say is, okay, so here you can say multiply or else, uh,
Multiply into
multiply
10
the ref with
with
10
10.
and add the runner
Reminder.
value.
Reminder. Okay.
Okay. And next here in this sentence, what you are doing is, okay, here you are saying reduce or eliminate the last number. Ignore my spellings. Okay, eliminate the last number.
Divided
Okay,
into
of
10.
n
10.
by
10.
dividing
Dividing.
by 10 and ignore the decimals.
Okay.
That's what we are doing, right? Okay. And next what we are doing is, if the value of above execution is
0.
greater than
Okay. Greater than
0, go to line number 3, right? So this going to line number 3 is kind of your loops. Okay.
Okay.
And finally, when it comes out, it will be reversed. So what I would suggest, guys, if you really want to learn, understand this program. See, this program for many of the guys might look simple. Okay. But the thing is, before we enter into any of the programming part, see, learning programming in Java or C or Python or any other language, that is simple. So what you have to do is, how do I print? There will be a command, printf command or system.out.println or display. Like this, there will be different commands for different languages. That is not important. Important is the logic. How do you approach to solve a problem? Okay. So I'll just give up this. Now what I would recommend is, whosoever has missed out achieving this. Okay. Now there was a requirement of another program was how to, I'll increase the font. sum of all numbers in a sum of all digits in a number. So this problem is like, for example, here what you see, it's in the similar way. For example, if it is 125 is your input, then your output would be what? Sum of all digits in a number would be 1 plus 2 plus
8.
1 plus 2, 2 plus 5. So that is equal to 8.
8.
Right? So this is how we expect. And again, what we have to do in the similar way, we have to do. First, get the last digit. Okay. And then we had declared a variable called as rev, right? Here, I'll copy the same program. I'll just modify a little bit. Accept a number, declare a variable called as, I will say instead of rev, I will say sum. Okay. So I will say declare a sum as this thing. So then I will say get the remainder. Okay. So here I'm getting the last number. I can say remarks here. Get the last number. Okay. So how I'm getting the last number? I'm dividing by 10 and getting the remainder. So this can be achieved using mod function. In all the languages, mod function would be there. Hence they'll be saying mod. So mod is nothing but reminder. So now this is not your instructions. This is a comment for you to understand.
Oh.
In every programming, you'll just write some comments for your reference. Now here, that's what you're doing. Remainder is equal to, okay, divide by 10, and whatever the remainder you are getting, that you are putting it in the variable called as rem. Now what you're doing, sum is equal to sum. We don't need to multiply. We have to just add. We are saying sum is equal to sum plus rem. That was for reversing, right? So we used to multiply. Here we don't need to multiply. Okay. Shall we execute this program and see how this works? If all are fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what we'll do here, oops, it is visible here. So what we are doing is,
Yes, sir.
first we are saying accept a number. So in number, we will store the value as 125. This is of line number 1. In line number 2, what we are doing, we are saying sum is equal to 0.
0.
Right?
Yes,
And
sir.
now I'm getting the last number. How I'm getting the last number? I will say remainder is equal to,
Mod function.
yeah, 125, say mod of 10. So what will be the value of rem finally?
5.
5.
So technically rem value is now 5. Okay. In the next line, I am saying sum is equal to sum plus
Rem.
rem.
Reminder.
So what was sum earlier? Sum was
5.
no earlier.
125.
Sum
0,
was
0, 0.
0.
0.
0 plus 5.
5.
Right. So now some value becomes 5.
5.
Now I'll come to the next line. In the next line, I'm saying 125 divided by 10, that becomes 12.5, and I'm taking integer of this 12.5 is 12,
12.
and 12 is greater than 0, right?
Yes.
That is line number 6. I'm checking if 12 is greater than 0, go to line number 3. So in line number 3, again I'm coming back to this one.
This one.
Okay. So here earlier it was 125, right? Now this is become 12 because I have reduced. So 12 mod 10 becomes
2.
Very good.
2.
Okay. Now earlier sum was 5.
5.
Okay. 5 plus 2.
2. is equal
This
to
becomes
7.
7. Right. And now I'm coming back here. So instead of 10, it will be 12. 12 divided by 2 is
2.
1.2.
1.2.
An
So
integer of 1.2
1 is
is
less
1.
than 0.
1.
So 1 greater than 0, yes.
Yes.
So go back to line number 3. So line number 3, I'm saying now it is
1.
3.
One
Sorry,
mod.
I am sorry. 1 mod 10 is 1.
1.
Okay. So the
Sum
total sum was earlier 7.
7
7
plus 1.
and 1 becomes 8. Okay.
8.
Now this num is 1, right?
1 divided by 10.
Yes. 1 divided by 10 is 0.1.
1.
0.1 and integer is nothing.
0.
So it becomes 0. So 0 greater than this thing, no. So I'll just skip this and I'll say print sum is 8.
8.
Right. Fine. This is how you trace your program when you write in your exams or in your interviews. You just trace and verify whether it is right or wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. So what I would suggest to you guys is, see, I don't know who is good, who is bad in the logic. Okay. Whosoever feels you know better where you stand. Okay. Whosoever feels that actually you are weak in that, I would suggest whatever the functions I have given, just try to do that. And you can separately ping me or someone in the Subhan is also one guy who will be joining along with me for evaluation. And next week there could be other two. There's another girl who has promised me, okay, who will be helping in solving the problems. And there is also 2 or 3 members. Okay. So if you have any doubts or this thing understanding, you can just ping and we can have a separate sessions whosoever are weak. See, because right now I don't know who's what level and it will be difficult. I'll be afraid. The guys who are aware of all these things might feel that this is a boring class. Okay. But I do not want to ignore this. In your actual exams, you'll be facing across this kind of things. And if your basics are good, in that case, inshallah, you'll be in a very better position. Okay. Fine. So next is, what shall I take? What was the other program which I had given? Prime number ka ho gaya. And okay, let's take a very simple example. In case I want you to write a program to print something like this: 2 into 1 is equal to 2. Okay, here is equal to this into this. Okay, can you see what exactly is this? Is it visible to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
2 table.
Yes.
Okay. Now imagine I want to write a program. If you enter 3, the output should be like this.
Okay.
If I enter 4, the output should be like this. How do we do this? Any guess? If I enter, say, 8, the output should be 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24, 8 fours are 32, and blah, blah, blah. Can we just try executing this, or do you like to write an attempt on this? Okay, let's try that out. I think the last which we did, I have shared it with you guys or not? Accept a number. get the last number, reminder, sum. Yeah, this I'll share it with you guys in case if you need this. So this is to reverse and this is to sum. Also very important, guys. The variables what you use, there are no restrictions. You can give your own name, Pooja, Savitri, or Adnan, or some XYZ. You can give your own name, but it is always better to give something which help you and others to understand what is the intention. Now, for example, earlier it was Rev. Someone from the group had given us REV. That is basically to reverse. And here I change it to sum. Because if this will actually guide me, if I have written the same program, same variable to do the sum, it would have been a little bit confusing because our eyes interprets what it reads, right? So it's very, very important to give proper naming conventions. Okay, coming back. So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to first accept a number. So this number could be 2, 3, 4. It can be any values. I'll just write positions. Okay. Next, I will say start a counter. Declare a variable for count. So this is my counter to go from 1 to 10. And I will say let the count value be 1. Okay. Next, what I will do is I will say print. Okay. Print first, I will say print number. Okay. And then if I want to print anything as is, say like I want to say into. Okay. Num, I'll give some space into, I will say count. Num into count, then I will say this. So what is double quotes says is like it is fixed, you print as is. Num into count is equal to, so what is the value here? It should be num into count. Do you get the logic behind this? What does it happens? Only at line number 4, tell me what happens in case if I give value as 3, what would be the outcome at line number 4?
12.
Sorry?
12.
3 ones are 3.
Okay, someone said 1. Any
3
other
ones
answers?
are 3.
First, I'm saying to print num. So what is value of num?
3.
3. Then I'm saying to print this as is. So anything that is within double quotes will print as is. If you say 2 plus 2 is equal to 22, it will print that same value. So whatever you give within double quotes, it will not interpret whether it is right or wrong. Okay. So now when I say print this, in that case, it will print as is x. And what is value of count?
1.
1. It will print this one. And next, what it prints?
Is equal to number 3.
I could not hear you.
Equals 3.
Equals.
Yes.
So
Is equal to.
is equal to. It prints is equal to.
Is equal.
And next, here
Num
it will do the
3
calculation.
into 1.
3 into 1.
Exactly. So 3 into 1 value is
3.
3. So if I just run this program as is, imagine, then I'll get this value. So next, what I'm supposed to do, I should go for the next line, right?
Next step.
So in next line, it should multiply by, earlier it was 1, right now it has to multiply by
2.
2.
2. So what should be incremented here?
Maybe
Let the count value by
number
2.
increment plus
Increment the count value by
2.
1.
1.
Because
2
1
increment
plus
3,
1
3
becomes 2,
increment
right?
4. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
By 1.
Okay. Next, what I will do is, next I have to say, I have to somewhere stop, right?
Yes.
So what I will do is, if count is greater than 10,
10.
stop. Or else I can go reverse way. I will say if count is lesser than 10, 10 or 11. Yeah, lesser than 10. If it is lesser than 10, go to 4,
Go to 9.
right?
So
7, stop. Now we have seen very first time we executed till here, right? Line number
Yes.
4, and we got this output.
Yes,
And
sir.
now we come to line number
6.
count value was 1, right?
Yes.
So now we came to line number 5.
5. 5.
So in line number 5, what it says?
1 plus 1.
We'll say count is equal to, see, we can also say in algorithms, count
Count
is
is
equal
equal
to
to
count
count plus 1.
or else in C and Java, the corresponding representation is count plus plus. It's one and the same. Okay. So now count value becomes
3.
2, right? Now I'm checking, is 2 lesser than 10? Yes.
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 Go to line number 4. In line number 4, I'm printing this. So that
Yes.
means it will print
3 into 2.
Into 2
2 is
is
equal
equal
to
to 6.
again 3 into 2, that is nothing but 6.
6.
Now what happens? Count becomes 3
3.
because it comes here, it increments.
Yes.
Okay. And 3 is less than 10. Go back, print 2
Print.
into 3, increment. So like this, it goes on and prints like this, the way what we have seen here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So guys, please understand this program. Okay. It's not a program. Okay. It's algorithms. There is nothing related to syntax here.
Okay.
If these logics are clear for you guys, understanding C or Java would be very, very helpful. See, not helpful, yeah. Anyone can learn Java and C. The trick behind a good programmer is who can solve the problems. If you ask anyone who has learned C and Java, what is the command to print? How do you declare integer? All these things anyone can tell you who spent 1 week or 10 days on the corresponding course. But important thing is problem solving skills. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So, is there any other program you'd like to take up for this? Okay. How about arrays? Have you heard of arrays? Or is there any other simple program? See, if at all, if you're in your college or school and if you feel you need to understand some program, you can let me know. We can take up that part as an exercise. Okay.
So what about a simple calculator program?
Sorry, bro.
A simple program for a calculator, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc.
Okay.
A simple program for that.
Fine. Okay. So it's a good example. Okay. We may not be able to do. It's a very good stuff. Okay. What right now this guy has said. Okay. But I would see for timing. I'll give you some high level steps. Okay. But we will not be going in detail in this. Why? Because that is a step 3. We are there in step 1 right now. But just because we have passed, I'll tell you how the approach should be for that. Let me pick up the document. So here we need to analyze it, right? Start. Okay. Accept first number. Okay. And next, accept operator. So operator says it should be plus or minus or plus and minus, and multiplication, division. Okay, like this we can restrict. Say if division gives you some complications, let's say division will take up in next phase, because in division there are 2-3 values that will be given. like remainder, quotient, and divided, or whatever that is. Say 3 divided by 2 can be 2.5, or it can be 2 1 by 2, or something like this. 3 1 by
So
2.
we would also have to give a condition for the remainder, like
Your voice is not clear.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Somewhat. Yeah, please.
Hey, sir, I was saying you would have to give another condition for the division, as the denominator cannot be 0.
Yeah, exactly. So those things, as I said, the right way would be after some stages, brother. But right now, I'm just showcasing in a very simple way. Okay. So we will support like phase 1. You say we will support only plus, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Okay. Now what we'll do is, then we'll say accept second number. Okay. Now what we'll do is, if the operator was plus, okay, then result, declare a variable result, and result would be number 1 and number 2. So result is equal to number 1 plus number 2, right? And you can also say go to display line. So display line could be somewhere about number 9. Okay. Or else you can ignore that also, because every condition will say if the operator minus. So minus is also confusion. We'll assume
Okay. Then result
result is equal to number 1
number 1 minus number 2
exactly. And now if the operator
was
was
multiplication. Multiplied. Multiplication.
then result is equal to
Number
number
1
1
into number 2.
number 2. And finally display result.
So,
This is a very simple. I have not taken square root. I have not taken divisions. We can go step by step, step by step. Okay. We can also, what we can do is, we can write separate functions as a algorithm, and we can call that as well.
okay.
Okay. So this is, I know this can be made more better way, but for the stage what we are right now, I feel this is the thing which we can understand, right? Okay. Any other examples or any other things that you would want me to solve right now? Okay, I want you guys, see, don't think about syntax right now. Have you seen how the lift works? I hope everyone would have traveled in the lift. Is there anyone who is not traveled or who has not gone in a lift? Not travel, I could say use lift. I got someone who says no. Pyramid stars. This one example which I got to print. Yeah, it's a very good example. Pyramid stars. That is one. Okay. So can we write one program to display? Okay. Word would auto replace it. I will make use of text pad. So in case if I want something like this, star, double star, triple star, 4 times star, 5 times star, something like this. So let's take up this as a assignments. One, I want you to print something like this assignment. It can be say till 5, or it can be, it will ask number of lines, and for that number of lines it will print. Okay, say this output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I entered 5, so it printed 5 lines like this. Next is in the similar way, I enter 5, it will say 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, like this. In case if I would have entered 6, it should go till 6. Okay. And the third assignment would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This is, so let's try to write programs or algorithms. See, whenever I say program, don't get confused here. We are not in a stage of writing programs. Inshallah, we'll be there. But right now, we are just writing algorithms or flowcharts. Okay. So try to write algorithms to get the outcome of this. Okay. Right. So this we can keep it for next session, and tomorrow, and if tomorrow I'm occupied with something, inshallah we'll meet on Monday. Okay. And from Monday there would be other guys who would be joining me. Okay. And before joining, okay, I'll just be here. I'll conduct a few sessions, and in case if a group of us agree upon taking up next levels, we can take, or else we can continue with some more sessions. But it's very important continuing with the sessions. Okay. But either ways, I'll let you know by Monday what would be the next week's task or target is, such that you guys can plan accordingly. Okay. Right. So we are going to have next session on Monday, inshallah. But meanwhile, I want you guys to be involved, and the way you have submitted the responses, just respond to it. It will be evaluated. Okay, we'll go through this again. Okay. Take care, guys. And before ending, again, as the last question. Okay. Basically, there are two kinds of people. One who define rules, one who follows rules. Can you explain me that? What does it mean?
May I have the question once again, sir?
There are two kinds of peoples in the world. One who defines the rules and the other who follows the rules. Can you explain this with some examples? Or what do you understand by this?
Father is defines rules, children are.
Sorry?
हाँ
क्या तो एग्जांपल दे
बोलो गांधी क्या
हाँ डिफाइन करो मुझे
कौन हिटलर
क्या
डिफाइन करे सो रॉन्ग करे सो
So
रॉन्ग
it's like teacher and student, right?
Might be. Okay.
Father and
Okay, I'll give
children.
one clue. I'll give one clue to you guys.
Yeah.
The one who defines the rules will be very less in number, 1% or less than 1% or 2%. And the one who follows the rules would be 98% or 99%. Okay. Any idea?
So like
So
we have
business owners,
Hmm?
owners of different kinds of business.
and like so we have a prime minister who make the rules.
Okay. Okay. Prime Minister does not make rules. Prime Minister follow constituency. Anyways, to some extent it is okay. I'll explain you. Have you accessed Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you accessed Facebook?
No, sir.
Yeah.
And have you accessed WhatsApp?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you played any games on mobile or laptops?
Yes, sir.
The one who have developed has defined the rules.
हाँ कौन
Do you have the capacity or do you have the privilege to change the rules? Say, for example, in Facebook, if someone wants to hide and they hides it using some say interface. Okay. Or say, for example, how do you send a request? You click on this button, then you click on this, and then this request goes. And they
Programmers
say,
the rules
if you are not friend with that guy, you cannot send message. This is a rule that has been defined by the developers,
yes
right?
yes
And how many sets of developers are there? Few hundred, few thousand. But how many number of users are there who are following the rules?
many.
Millions.
millions
Right?
yes
So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, in case if you are on the side of following the rules, by using your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channels, you are just following the rules like fools. If you really want to be on the other side, you have to get rid of this social stuff which kills your time.
Yes.
Next time when you open up the Instagram and try to scroll, just think, are you a fool or you want to rule? Or you want to define the rules? So bottom line, what I'm trying to tell you guys is just be away from following the rules like fools. Don't waste your time in Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, this kind of stuff. Unless until it is really effective, it is important, just use it. And it has to be controlled, and every day you need to assess how much time have you spent there. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, that was the last question from my side. Inshallah, we'll meet on Monday. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.